from the northwest be able to make Manchester United wobble? It has happened before. The year was 1995. The competition was the Premier League and the team were Blackburn Rovers.
For little old Blackburn to come in and take the big boys on is just an incredible achievement.
It was quite an amazing feeling at the end of it, but it was pretty surreal all the way through.
The club was a brilliant club for me. I was proud to play with the players in that group.
To help play a part in their history is a great feeling.
In 1995, football was changing. The Premiership was in its infancy. Man United and Sir Alex Ferguson had dominated the first 2 seasons of the new setup. It felt like nobody could take them on. But Blackburn businessman Jack Walker had other ideas. A local lad done good. Jack had taken control of his boy-up club in 1991 and promised us fans we'd be challenging the big boys in no time. He set about building a squad he believed could do just that.
He was an owner who I think we all looked up to, we wanted to do well for. There was a real feeling around the town at that stage where everybody was behind him.
I think what Jack showed everyone is his love for the club. Yes, he had the financial clout, but he didn't have to do what he did.
I think Jack was pretty wise in what he did, and he had a method, and it certainly worked.
And by the time the 94-95 season started, we'd started to believe too.
Belief built, like the club at the time built. There was an absolute buzz around the place. The season before we'd finished second, so there was a lot of belief that something special was happening.
I did sense that there was a belief that Blackburn could go on. That was part of the reason to join.
There was definitely a feeling within the camp that we could go one better. We were being managed by a guy who was hugely experienced, who had been there, seen it and done it before, Kenny Dalglish. He was confident himself, and that's what he wanted to give us.
We had a good belief in ourselves because we had a good work ethic. The team was pretty much set out to be difficult to beat. We were a decent team.
Great shot stopper, had a real presence about him.
A defender who loved to defend. He was a huge influence on the team.
Exceptionally clever, he could be physical when he wanted to. A real inspirational leader.
Great for centre forwards like myself and Chris Sutton and Mike Neal, who liked the ball in the box early.
And of course, the original SAS, banging in the goals.
Alan scored some tremendous goals all throughout his career. But that season he was extra special. He was one of those players I can't actually remember him missing.
Yes, we had an attacking style that suited our play. Yes, we had guys in midfield who could bite and scrap. But when we put all that together, it was the team spirit that got us through in the end.
You'd never dream of beating Manchester United to a league title, but we built a good squad and I was sure we'd win the league.
What we lacked in ability, we just made up for in tremendous team spirit.
We were going to be a hard team to stop. Once you start winning games, that gives you confidence.
We had a good mentality about how we see games off. At that point of the season, I thought, we've got what it takes to get through to the title.
We were well ahead of United. Surely they couldn't catch us now.
We just blew up. I don't think we had anybody who had won a title before.
We hadn't been there before. We didn't really know what to expect when we were out there leading and to be shot at. But I think that was to be expected because of our lack of experience of being in that situation.
City lead 3-2.
We couldn't really dig out the results. I think one of the most important results, of course, was against Newcastle at home, the last home game of the season.
VE day at Ewood Park, we beat Newcastle 1-0. Shearer scored a superb header off a Lasso cross. Tim Flowers had his best game for Blackburn. It was an incredible performance. He made save after save.
And it all came down to this, the final day.
I can't remember sleeping too long that night.
None of us were used to it. We didn't know what to expect. We tried to stay focused.
Knowing that we go there, we win, and the league is ours. Again, that put probably more pressure on us.
It was just a different sort of preparation and mentality and feeling about the whole thing.
So yeah, I would be a liar if I said there wasn't very many nerves around, because there was.
We knew what we had to do in terms of getting a result, and we knew what was at stake.
Well, we got off to such a great start in the game. Stuart Ripley cross, and I managed to get on the end of it and stick it away, and I thought, here we go, we're going to go on and win. But of course it wasn't to be that easy.
When the second goal went in for Liverpool, it was just a case of, what do we do now?
I just thought, you know, we've blown it, that's our big chance gone. Might never have another chance to do this.
If we didn't win the game, then, you know, if Manchester United won, that would have been right.
Blocked by Breaker. Ince can't get hold of it. Amazing stuff.
The Blackburn fans were going mad, and then of course that was our sign to say that it was over at Upton Park, and the trophy was ours.
We got there in the end, and thank God we did.
It was a really, really, really good feeling.
20 years on, in some ways it all seems like a dream, but I still wake up and think about it, and, you know, have a lot of pride in that period in my life.
I wouldn't change my career for anything. To win the Premiership in England, you know, is certainly as good as you're going to get. For me, it's one of the greatest honours I'll ever have.
For a team of Blackburn's size to come in and take on and beat the big boys, I'm not sure it'll ever be done again.